Hey y'all, this is Anthony from Rocket Prints, and thanks for watching this video. In today's episode, I'm going to use CorelDraw. I'm going to make a design called Mother. I want to make it 13 by 5 inches in height, and we're going to use silver vinyl and white vinyl. We're going to go ahead and place it on a Bella canvas t-shirt, a black t-shirt. We're going to press it. We're going to cut it first, and then we're going to press and see how this one comes out. If you do like this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. And with that, we're going to be using CorelDraw X8. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to go ahead and landscape this. And we're going to type in Mother. We're going to use all caps, and I already selected the font. What I'm going to do is we're going to write Mother, and then we're going to make a design right in the center of it. And I want to put I want to put grateful and blessed. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and we're going to write it in the center, and then we're going to draw some hearts in there with it. Okay, so I selected the font the other day, and it was called Bakersville Old Face, and I just thought this was a cool font. We're just going to raise it up a little bit. But what we can do, instead of doing that, we're going to do, so I already have it set up to 14. I mean, it was already set up to 14, but we're going to do 13 by 5 and see how this comes out. Perfect. Okay, and maybe we just might bring it out a little bit more. We can do there. That's actually 15. That's way too big. My heat press is only 15 by 15, so that's pushing it right there. So we'll go to 13 there. All right. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and add grateful and blessed. Okay, grateful and blessed. Okay, I hope I spelled grateful right. All right, and then here what we're going to use is there's a different font here that I like too. And it was called Sweet Chill. Okay. And we're going to bring that in the center here. And we want to make it the length of the page. So we'll do that here. All right, and right there. Okay, we're going to bring that to the front for in a little bit. But what I want to do is I want to add some hearts here, and we want to draw like the font is connecting to the heart. So what we're going to do, we're going to break this object apart, and instead of doing the N, we're going to add the heart. Let's see if we can pick a heart from our basic objects and basic shapes, and there's a heart here. Okay, just like that. And we're going to use our freehand tool, and we're going to select it from maybe right here. We'll bring it like this. Okay, and then maybe like that. I'm not too sure if I like that one, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to clean this up because you can see how it has all those rough edges. All we need to do is just simply go to our shape tool and go to our smooth tool and we just select it and start shaping it. Okay, very simple. All right, I'm gonna go to this bad boy here, click it, and shape it. All right. Okay, now we're gonna go back to it, and let's go ahead, and you see how fat this text is? We want to do the same thing with it. So what we're gonna do is we're going to see if we can fatten it up. Alright, and this one, the heart, we're going to have to do the same thing too. So we made this a 4. We're going to make this 4.2. Make it fat so it looks similar to what that is. And it kind of looks good. Just like that. And let's see what a 5 will... oh, it's an 8. That's way too big. Okay, so let's go to 5. That kind of looks better. And that we'll just, what we're going to have to do is bring it in some. Yeah, we can do it just like that. And I'm just going to have to manipulate this somehow. That looks a lot better. Still not quite. Alright, when in doubt, just try something else out. So let's do, instead of 5, let's do a 6. See what a 6 brings us. 6 is a little bit better. Okay. Right on. Now that looks a lot better. Okay, so we're going to have to change this to a 6. Okay. And looks like I'm going to want to contour this one, the heart. So let's go ahead and contour the heart. All right. All right, let's see how that works. Okay, and then we're going to type that in a 6. Okay, let's see how that looks. I guess that looks alright. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to weld this together with all this. Okay, so what we want to do with the heart first is we want to trim it. So let's go ahead and trim this, because I want the inside to be just to punch out. Okay, so alright, now that we trimmed it, we could take that heart out. And then when I'm going to weed this, I'm going to weed this part out. Okay, and then I'll just have a hole, and that's going to be blended with the t-shirt. Alright, so with that, maybe I should contour it one more time. Let's see. Okay, let's contour it one more time. And maybe I don't need the heart that big. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring that down, and we're going to contour it one more time. Kind of looks a little crazy like that, right? Let's break that apart. Okay. Well, if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to have to weed this part out, the white part, and then weed this white part out. If I do it like that, let's see what it looks like. Let's bring this one in. Actually, that one doesn't look so bad. All right, we're going to keep it like that, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to blend this, we're going to weld this all together. So, but first, I want to trim my heart. Let's trim it. Okay. All right, we're just going to bring this up. What's that little white spot right there? Uh-oh. What's this white spot? Well, we're going to have to redo it because I don't know what that white spot is. Somehow I left the white spot in there. Well, that's an easy fix. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our B-spline. We're going to grab this and we're going to trace it right there. See that? We're going to bring this down. Okay. We're going to make this a non-hair. We're going to color it. And we're going to get the dropper because it's not the same color for some reason. Uh-oh. Let's go back. Get that dropper again. Nope. Dropper, get that color. Then we go like that. Okay? Alright, so now that that's masked per se, you can't even see it. So what I got to do now is I got to weld that in there so it never shows again. Alright, we welded it. And why did it come out like that with that little hump? Okay, that's no big deal. We'll take these nodes and we'll fix them. See that? Huh. Alright. Okay, so now that bad boy is fixed, let's bring it back down. Okay. And now we're going to go back. We are going to grab this whole thing and we are going to weld it all together to make it one font. So here we go. Well, just in case if you mess up, rule of thumb is always create a copy for yourself just in case, okay? Something definitely messed up. So when I went here, let's do this. Let's go here. Let's take this out. Okay. And what we're going to have to do is, I know I wanted to weld that, but let's see, now that it's welded, we're going to convert to outlines. Okay. Alright, let's bring this back down. Maybe that's what I didn't do, was convert it to outline. Okay, so now that I got it like that, there we go. Now we can weld it together. Now it's welded. Okay. And that was a 1 by 11. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So what we want to do is we want to make this silver. And we want to make this white. Okay. And we're going to do one last thing before we do this all. First, we're going to save this bad boy. Okay. And I'm going to save it as Mother, Grateful, and Blessed. Okay, we're going to save it to my desktop. And we're going to throw a background on it because we said we're going to do a black gilding t-shirt. Bella Canvas. Sorry. We said we're going to do a black Bella Canvas t-shirt. So we're going to do that. We're going to click that. We're going to bring this in back of the page. And that's the way it's going to look. Okay. Alright guys, as I was completing this task, I realized that I had spelled grateful incorrectly. So always remember to do spell check before you actually make a video or you're actually going to print, because that's the last thing you want to do is hand off a t-shirt and you're expecting payment and there's misspelling on the words. Okay, so the top part is what I originally spelled great. I spelled it like great, you know, full, but the real way spelling it is Grateful. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to make it a different color so at least we can see what's going on here. Well, we're going to make this gray, silver I mean, and we're going to do this, we'll just make it blue for right now, just so we can see. Okay, so now that I got that straightened out, let's go ahead and trim it inside the mother. So when I actually press the shirt, first I'm going to apply the mother first, and then I'm going to apply grateful. So how can I assure that I'm going to get this straight the first time? The way I'm going to do it is, let's bring this right there. Okay, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to trim it inside this shirt. I mean inside mother. So before we do this, we're going to save this. Okay. And we are now going to trim it. Okay. And what that did is actually it trimmed inside mother. Okay, so when I bring this down, you can see it now. You see it's kind of like engraved. So that's going to be my line to let me know where to place my second layer over mother, so I know it's going to be straight. Okay, so with that, now that it's trimmed, I'm just going to save it as a trim, so just in case I ever have to refer back to the other way. So we're going to do one more thing before I do this. I just want to see something. I want to see, because I did it on caps, I want to see if it's going to look different if I spelled it just like the regular spelling, the proper spelling. So let's type in G-R-A-T-E, grateful, and blessed. And let's see if that makes any difference. I hope it doesn't, because I don't want to have to redo this video again, but if it does, we're going to do it. That looks better. That looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back. Let's go back. Let's bring this in. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and make that a gray. And we are going to trim this into white. But first we'll just make it a dark color for right now. Okay. And it looks good. It looks good, so we're going to go ahead and trim it. So let's save it. And then we're going to go ahead and trim this bad boy. If you don't know how to trim, you're just going to grab the whole thing, okay? And then up here, you're going to hit these two little boxes that say trim, and you're going to trim it. Then you could take this out, and it's already trimmed inside. You can just delete that. Well, don't delete it because you're going to need it to reprint it, okay? You're going to need it to reprint the exact same size. Okay? So now you can file. We're going to save it as, and I'm going to call this final mother trim, and we're going to put and print. And print. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 11 by 8.5. So I know next time all my that's the way I had the whole layout. So we're going to hit save. Okay? All right. Now we can go ahead and get it set up in the Expert 2 cutter, and let's go cut it, weed it, and press it on my 15 by 15 Transpro heat press. And remember, we're going to place it on a black Bella canvas t-shirt. Let's get started. Alright guys, so I got it laid out right now, and if you can see right here from the collar, I have it roughly about 4 fingers, okay? So it's pretty big, so it looks straight, so it was easy for me to put it on there, but that's where I'm going to go with it. And you can see that I have a 15 by 15 heat press, so it was, I think we did a 14 if I'm not mistaken, but if you can see right here, I got 2 fingers. It kind of looks like, if you can see it, I don't know if you can, but it looks like I have it a little bit more shifted this way, because this side I still got a good gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to straighten it out just a little bit more. Try to make it a little even here. And right there. Okay. And I still got 4 fingers there. It should be 3, but that's okay. It's a big image, so it's gonna look good. And then you see how I have the cutout, and we're gonna go ahead and place that in there. All right, so we're still waiting for the heat press to warm up. So we're gonna be pressing it for 250 at 7 seconds, and it's a hot peel. So what that means is that right when we press it, after the 7 seconds, we're gonna peel it off right away, okay? All right, guys, just to show you real quick, you can see here's the overlay, and then I can start with the G cutout right there, and I just line it, and everything should fit perfectly right in there, okay? All right, looks like we're ready to press it. Just make sure everything's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a shot. All right, we're just gonna grab it from an angle, and we're gonna pull it. Looks like it's not all the way ready yet, so let's see the bottom. The bottom kind of came out, but we're gonna see if, okay, so that's still good, guys. What we're gonna end up doing is just repressing it again. and just to make sure that it's embedded correctly. Okay, we're gonna go place our Teflon sheets here, and we're gonna press it for another 7 seconds. That way it's embedded correctly. Okay, and then now we're gonna go and move with our overlap. Okay, so now here's the cool part where I don't know if you can see it, you can. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna line the G right in there, and then everything should fall in place. Okay. You can probably bring this D up just a hair. Now sometimes you might not get it perfect because when you heat press when you're doing your heat press, it sometimes stretches the vinyl. Okay, so you just got to do your best, try to line it up. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that Teflon paper again, we're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna press it again for 7 seconds. Okay, we're gonna pull it off, and then we're gonna press it again for 7 seconds. If you're experiencing that where it's still coming off a little bit, what you can do is just add some more pressure to it, okay? All right. And there it is. All created from CorelDraw X8. Hope y'all liked this video, and if you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all back next week, and peace.